Hey guys, this is Shadow Slayer. I'm going to bring y'all another deck profile of my Dragunity deck. I'm going to go into a little bit more of detail on my deck, seeing as my last one was a little bit vague. So let's go ahead and get right into it. This is the post Hidden Arsenal 4 Dragunity build. I'm going to show you guys some of the main tactics of this deck and what the Hidden Arsenal 4 cards brought to the deck. Well, let's get started off with the monsters. I do play 3 Phalanx. Everybody knows the Phalanx and the 3 Ducks combo. These are the main reasons why it's extremely fast to get out Vajrana, which Vajrana is basically the fastest way to get 8-star in the field turn 1. Nothing says devastating like throwing out a turn 1 Roller Colossus Fighter or Stardust Dragon, depending on what your opponent is playing. But now, compared to my deck to Anaheim and Charlotte, I'm only playing 2 Legionnaires. A lot of people are disagreeing with me with this, but I'm about to get into the combo why I only play 2. These guys used to clog my hand extremely bad, so I went down to 2. Due to the rulings malfunction on Atlas, I'm still only playing 2. And as for my last video, I'm playing 2 Pylums and 2 Militums. And I've also added 2 Effect Fillers into the mix as well, and they're actually coming in handy. But let me show you a little bit of the different combos in this deck. Alright, everybody knows that if Phalanx is in the graveyard, you can go Duck, special summon Phalanx, and hey look, you have a 6-star automatically, right? Well, that's one of the combos, but check this one out. Say you're sitting in your hand, opening turn, you got these 2 guys, Pylum and Miloton. Well, you can normal summon Pylum. Using his effect, you can special summon Miloton. Pylum gets equipped to Miloton. Then Miloton has a special ability that says once per turn, you can special summon a Dragunity card that's in your back row back to the field. So hey look, here's a 7-star. And that could be Dragunity Knight Trident, Black Rose Dragon, or hey, another 7-star you're picking. But Dragunity Knight Trident is becoming a very strong opening play with this deck, especially because of the fact that he can get rid of some key cards from your opponent's extra deck, and I'll get into more of his effect in a minute. But while we're on the subject of Miloton, alright, everybody knows what Atlas does. Atlas says that when he is normal summoned, you can special summon a Dragunity monster from your hand. But when he's in the graveyard and while he's equipped, well, he's sent to the graveyard while equipped and destroy a card. But check this out. Alright, turn 1, go Atlas, special summon Miloton using Atlas's effect. Hey look, Miloton's effect, he comes right back to the field. There's a Vajrana. 4-star, 2-star. You can't do that with Legionnaire. That's the reason why I'm playing Militums over Legionnaires. Very, very good combo. Now, let's go on to the Spell and Trap lineup. As per last time, I'm still playing 3 Ravines. They come in handy. 3 Terraformings. I'm playing 3 Cardiconnaissance. With 3 Phalanx and 2 Atlas, it really comes in handy. It's helping me draw off the deck a lot quicker. Because of the fact that I'm speeding through my deck extremely fast, I'm playing 2 Pot Avarices. It's allowing me to put not only Effect Fillers back in my deck, but Duxes, Vajranas, so I can keep the combos going. Giant Tornado, MST, Destruction, Dark Hole, Destruction, the 1 random Book of Moon, he will be missed at 3, and Monster Reborn. Very handy card, especially in the fact that, hey, this allows me to go Trident Dragon. Or Trident Dragon, as most people call him. But, very solid build. It's it's getting very consistent. As for the traps, 2 Sevatools with Musanagi Magatama, double-edged sword technique, D-Prisons, you name it. These are really coming in handy right about now. 2 D-Prisons. Gotta get rid of that Stardust Dragon. 2 Compulses. I don't have Solemn Warnings, so these are basically my cheaper version of Solemn Warnings. I'm gonna let my opponent exhaust out his hand, get that big Synchro in the field, and when he ends his turn, hey, I'm gonna send it right back to his deck. Extra deck, and he's left with absolutely nothing and no hand. One Call the Haunted. This is proving to be very useful for me in the fact that it's helping me Synchro magnificently a lot. Mirror Force, kind of common, and well, your random Torrential. Thought about playing around with Icarus Attack, but it was either I draw them both at the same time with no Winged Beast, or I draw all the Winged Beast and I never see the Ick attack. So I just decided to take them out and throw in one more D-Prison, one more 7 tools. And I kind of like the way the deck's running on itself. Now, I don't have a Solemn Judgment. If I did, I'd be playing it. I'd probably take out one of the 7 tools for it, but I'm making the deck, I guess you could say it's a cheap build, seeing as though I have none of the big main spell and trap cards. Pot of Duality wouldn't work in this deck. Even though Fraser Smith, he played one in YCS Charlotte, and he did very well with it, I just don't see it being useful in this deck as much as I special summon. Solemn Warnings, yeah, they'd be awesome, but, well, I'm not going to pay $80 a piece for a card at the moment. And as for a Solemn Judgment, I'll get one of those later on. Now, as for my extra deck, my 5 stars are Canister and Magical Android. I don't sync for 5-star that often, but if I ever have to use a Legionnaire with a Phalanx, well, this gives me an out, especially if I need to get back my life points somehow. My 6 stars, I'm playing 1 Gaia Force and 1 Gay Durg. He's great. He allows me to send one from the deck. He adds one from the deck to the hand, and then you have to send one from your hand to your graveyard. So if you summon him while you have no hand, well, at least you get to send something to the graveyard that might be useful next turn, i.e. a Phalanx, an Atlas, or maybe a different card, depending on whether or not you got Call the Haunted or Monster Reborn in your hand, you know? Now, that's it for my, well, almost it. I only had 2 Vajranas, hence another reason why the fact that I'm playing 2 Pot of Avarices. I need to cycle these guys back in my deck and make full use of them as possible. It kind of sucks only having 2, but hey, at least I have 2, right? Alright, that's it for my 6 stars. My 7 stars, Black Rose Dragon. It's a natural. Everybody knows what Black Rose does. And this is Dragunity Knight Trident, not to be confused with Trident Dragion. He is a 7-star 2400 that says 1 Dragon Tuner and 1 or more Winged Beast type tuners. Hence the reason why he can go Dragunity Pylum, Dragon Tuner, and Dragunity Militome, Winged Beast, non-tuner. Once per turn, you can send up to 3 cards you control to the graveyard to look at your opponent's extra deck and send the same number of cards to the graveyard. You know what? Okay, turn 1, if I do this to somebody playing Samurais, I'm going to send all their Shi-Ins back to the graveyard. From their extra deck to the graveyard, and they can't double-edged sword technique them to the field because they haven't been properly summoned. It's a very devastating play that a lot of people are looking over right now. My 8 stars, Thought Roller, Colossal Fighter, 2 Stardust, yeah, kind of have to with all the destruction, Red Dragon Archfiend, and, well, Chimera Tech Fortress. Chimera Tech Fortress is coming in handy against machines. Now, I do play a Draco Equeast. He is in my extra deck along with the Super Poly. He's great if I go turn 1, Stardust Dragon. Turn 2, their turn 1, they get Shi-In on the field. Hey, I can use Super Poly and Shi-In can't negate it, which is awesome. And lastly, but not least, my 10-star, which a lot of people use this as the OTK. If it's possible, yes, it can kill your opponent in 1 turn. And that is basically it for my deck, you guys. There is a combo that I'm looking to play around with. This guy is from Hidden Arsenal 4 as well. He's called Gen X Allied Birdman. He's a 3-star machine tuner, 1400 attack, 400 defense. It says you return 1 face-up monster you control to the hand to special summon this card from your hand. And this card gains 500 attack if it's a wind monster. If this card is special summoned, it's the way to remove it from play when it's removed from the field. Well, I'm trying to see whether or not I can take him into my deck because of the fact that Call to Haunted, Monster Reborn, I could do the whole Dux combo, or I could call back, like say a Dux or a Militome or a Legionnaire, return them to my hand, bring this guy out, and then I could start the whole Dux combo and then have something to, well, basically sink into later on. It's just one of those combos that I'm kind of looking into at the moment. But that is it for my deck, you guys. Any advice will be appreciated, comments as well. And keep in mind that, yeah, I don't have the money card, so I'm playing this deck the way I see it fit. And, well, it's been doing very consistent for me, so I'm not complaining. And once again, that is Shadow Slayer. I'm out.